So yeah, it's 3 AM. What better time to narrate a battle? Anywho, got a battle against this guy who I showed in my Choppa Choppa video for a little bit. Anywho, he leads with Uxie because, you know, generic UU lead is generic. And I lead with Crawdaddy, and I figured he was probably going to trick or something, but no, he goes for Thunderwave, so I guess my crunch wasn't in vain. Because if Dragon Dance probably would have gone to waste there. So now I'm predicting the U-turn, and I got OU Fast, and pieces of Stealth Rocks, and, you know, Moltres just loves rocks. Look at it, it's so peaceful, and happy, and flaming on its head. So I try to air slash and get some Jirachi flinch hacks, but I'm not Jirachi, I'm not even part psychic or steel or anything. But he's part psychic, so he gets off para hacks on me, and then he decides to U-turn for no apparent reason, thinking I'm going to switch. But why would I switch? If U-turn's not going to do anything to me, why should I not stay in? So he goes out to a Houndoom predicting the Will-O-Wisp, and I'm like, GNFTNC. Don't know what that means though. So he sets up a substitute, and he expects me to just switch out and give him a free sub, but I'm not going to do that because I do not like submarine sandwiches, and I'm just going to destroy it with air, because that makes total sense. So he keeps throwing submarines down, and I don't understand where he's getting these things from. I mean, they're expensive, not the sandwiches. I'm talking about the actual submarines. So he just keeps grabbing stuff, and then he decides to start throwing pulses of darkness at me, which I don't get it, really. So I was expecting a flinch there, but I just go for the air slash and kill off the Houndoom, which is nice. I recommend killing off Houndoom. It can be a threat. So he goes out to a Glaceon now, and I'm like, okay, why'd you even bother bringing that? I mean, you may as well just give me the 5KO right now, bringing out Glaceon of all things. So yeah, Phaleon decides to kill off my Flareon, and I bring out, yes, Flareon. And I bring out, use me to wall me, because Lantern walls Lantern pretty darn well. So I go for an agility. I don't know why he's going out to Uxie. I guess he was expecting me to go for like Toxic or something. I don't know. I really don't know, and I really don't know. So I decided to go for a Surf now, thinking maybe it could do something, who knows. And it actually does quite a bit, considering it's Uxie. But unfortunately he's able to make me log into the PlayStation Network, and now I have to play some games online. So now that I'm trying to figure out what game I want to play, he's just going to sit there eating some apples, and I'm going to be like, man, I wish I had some food right now. So I decided to start charging my laser because I'm just mad. And then he goes for a U-turn, and I'm like, oh my god, you crit me, you jerk. Seriously, if I was on Xbox Live, you'd be, what the, a hunter? Really? Okay, I'm not concerned anymore. So he goes for Destiny Bond, and he's like, I am James Bond, and you're going to come with me, because it's your destiny. So I'm like, fine, can't argue with that. At least it'll get me off a PlayStation. So I die, which, come to think of it, I've died quite a lot in this battle, haven't I? So now he goes back out to his Uxie, because Smogon says to, and I go out to Pachirisu, because win. So I Thunderbolt just to kill it off, because I know I'm going to be faster, because if Lantern was faster, no wait, not Lantern, I don't know. I forget. So I tell him to get off my nuts, because, you know, peanuts are amazing, I suppose. So he brings out his Specs Glaceon, and I Thunderwave it. And he goes for an Ice Beam, and I'm like, oh, this won't do anything, because I have a special defensive thingy. It's my best stat, well, second best stat. But he kills me, which is just like, lol, what? You are Specs. So I go out to Crawdaddy, knowing that he won't be able to kill me more than likely, and he goes out to Regigigas, and I'm like, oh my god, in before original set. So I Superpower. I don't know why he'd switch into that, because Superpower was IMO very obvious. IMO? What am I a girl suddenly, just speaking in internet chat randomly? So, he eats leftovers, and he's like, haha, my slow start's going to kill me. And then I bring out Jimmy's Garden, and he's immune to tea, because he is British. So, we're both eating stuff, just because it's time for tea and crumpets. So I throw some rocks at him because I'm in Jimmy's Garden, so it makes sense to throw rocks at him. He tries to confuse me by saying that they're not rocks and I'm not really in Jimmy's Garden, but my nickname doesn't lie. I am in Jimmy's Garden. So I hit myself just to prove that I'm really in Jimmy's Garden, and he decides to confuse me by acting like it's Thunderwave or something. So he just keeps eating leftovers and whatnot, and Jimmy's Garden's just confused because it's trying to figure out why it has a refrigerator in the backyard. So he keeps going for Confuse Ray for no apparent reason, and he's about to run out a slow start, so I'm kinda getting worried here. So I keep being confused and having ducks fly around my head, and just keep letting them hit me, and then he knocks off my leftovers, and I'm just like, oh, now you're being mean. So now he gains his lefties recovery because he actually has it, and he finally gets his act together, and he switches. Logic? So he goes up to a Hitmonchan, and I finally get off my Leech Seed because I want to get some recovery back. So now I'm thinking, in before Epic Ice Punch, so I go to my Crawdaddy to take the Ice Punch like a thief, because he's going to die from it, but he actually goes for a Bulk Up, and I'm just like, okay, whatever. So I'm figuring maybe he'll just get greedy and I'll be able to keep my Focus Sash, and it seems like he's going to be rather greedy, so I'm just going to go for a Waterfall now. Because Pro, and I'm going to be able to keep my Focus Sash at this rate. So I get up back to full, and now I'll be able to live a Drain Punch because Focus Sash, and he didn't break it, because it's back at full health, which was a kind of cool plan on my part, but then again, if he didn't get greedy, he probably could have, done better in this game. So I magically live on 1 by the power of science, and I'm now par, and I'm on par, and it's time for me to shoot the last golf ball into the hole. Will I make it? Not quite. So I gain some health back from Leech Seed because I obviously made the on, and then he decides to go for another Bulk Up because he's a greedy little person, and I just go for another Waterfall, figuring damage is damage. Better than letting him get free Bulk Ups and whatnot, and besides, I'm getting leftovers. I'm getting recovery from Leech Seed, so I'm not doing anything to him. So he decides to finish me off with a Drain Punch, which, if you ask me, that was kind of dumb because he's wasting his stab move when he could easily kill me off with anything else on his set. But whatever, I'm not one to judge. So I got to Jimmy's Garden now, and figuring that he'd probably might not have Ice Punch, but he does have Ice Punch, which kind of sucks because Jimmy's Garden doesn't like being frozen over. So now Jimmy's going to have to spend all this time replanting his garden, although it does make sense now that it's cold now and he has a freezer there. So I go out to my Math Moth, which is my last thing, and I go for a Bug Buzz, because Tinted Lens Specs is amazing. Venomoth is amazing, actually. So I kill off the Hitmonchan, and he's like, lol hacks, you can't kill me. So I go for a Bug Buzz on this Glaceon, and it's going to die to a more than likely useless crit. So yeah, that was a good game, random guy, I don't even remember your name. So yeah, oh wait, he's got Regigigas left. I forgot, sorry guys. I'm trying to end battles too quickly because I don't narrate that often anymore, even though school's out, but whatever. So I Bug Buzz the Regigigas, and I get a special defense drop, and he's like, oh my god, hacks. So he goes for Thunder Wave, and I'm just like, dude, I don't like your tea. You've given tea to all my Pokemon, and Lantern's the only one that actually likes tea. Well, Jimmy's Garden likes tea too, but it's a garden, so it doesn't count. So he tries to Haxor me to death, Zors, but I have Bug Buzz, so I don't have to afraid of anything, and that will kill him off. So yeah, that was a good game, Mr. Dude. I don't remember who you are, what you are, where you're from, or anything, but I'm just gonna keep on rambling and talk about it and act like I actually understand what I'm going on about. I don't even know. What is this? In case you're in the, state of wondering about my videos, I'll post them when I feel like it, okay? Not to sound mean or anything, but, I just don't feel like narrating battles all the time. It's not necessarily something I can do every day. I really have to say that I commend the people that actually do narrate every single day and upload every single day, like WileChase. He's missed a few days, but compared to me, Jesus Christ, he's got like 500 videos, and God, I don't know how he does it. On top of that, he's got like 3,000 subscribers for 500 videos, and I've got 2,000 for like not even 100, so I think I'm cheating.